That's a killer opening we have, girls.
I just now started.
Oh.
Hey, Christian Indies. Welcome to another practice session with us. And we are live. Yay, it's working. Yeah, I can't be the only one to talk. This is going to be miserable. It's just me.
Okay, you know what? I just was really quiet and stunned looking for a moment because I had the actual YouTube event open in a different tab, and suddenly it was like a 3-second delay echo happening to me, and I was like, what's happening? So that was weird. This is obviously a practice.
Right.
Practice makes perfect.
So let me understand. We're doing our writing exercise tomorrow. Before we go live, we're going to have some fresh writing.
Yeah, just like we always do.
Okay.
Yeah, just like we always do.
That's what happens on the podcast.
Can I choose? Can I choose a theme?
That's what I was going to ask. Who's going to do that?
Well, since Rhonda
you got something,
want to.
You got something Halloween-y or something?
No.
Oh, but it's Halloween. Do you want to tell us or keep it a secret?
Don't tell me, please. It's really hard for me to not plan when I know the prompt.
All right.
You could tell the others.
Okay.
La 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 la.
The title of our exercise is Second Prance.
Okay, that's not going to work.
I'm just kidding. That was totally for Jamie's benefit.
Yes, okay.
It's got to be an inside joke.
Here's what happened. I have a book out called Second Chance, and the much awaited, and the much awaited next book in this series is due to be published very soon. So I was like, I don't know if I like my working title or whatever. And Rhonda said, I will buy 10 copies of your book if you name it Second Prance. And I said, okay, I'll do it. And they're $10.99 each. 100 copies is what she said. She said, I'll buy 100 copies of your book. So that's the joke. Yes, Second Prance. I do have it saved, the cover for it. I have it saved as Second Prance just for fun. So that I know which is the good quote working file.
Okay, I see Riley typing in the chat.
Yeah, and she said the zoom on Mrs. Tong. What does that mean? Is my head super big on this?
I think that's teenage lingo for something I don't understand.
Is zoom a good thing?
It's low key. Your head is gigantic. I don't know. You look fine on my screen. I'm not sure what's going on.
I look fine on your screen.
To see, fine, like those green beans. So tell me, how are you watching, Tina, and hanging out with us? How are you doing that?
Me?
Yeah. On the phone.
I have two windows open.
Oh, two separate windows.
Yeah, I have you guys over here on the left, and I have this chat over here on the right.
Okay,
but
it's not like the noise, isn't like it's not playing the volume.
I just muted it.
Oh, I didn't know I could mute one and not the other. Okay, I'll be quiet with my questions.
Actually, I paused it, and the chat's still working.
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
awesome. Genius.
Yeah, because we don't really care if we see each other. It's just the chat that we want to have.
I am a genius.
You are quite genius. Okay, so what are we going to talk about so that this is interesting for anybody who's watching? What are you laughing at?
Riley Jaybird. You were like sipping your drink. You are, Riley. And it zoomed in on you when my mom said she had a book out. 'Twas funny.
Oh, when you made that face. Live. There's 3 live videos that come up in my search result. 4 hours ago. Okay.
The 4 are watching now. So the 4 of us are watching. Like
Riley's watching.
Wonder if I can see who's watching. It doesn't show me. Oh, we have 1 thumbs up. Someone gave us a thumbs up.
Right.
I'm gonna give us a thumb. I just gave us another thumbs up.
Me too.
Jamie, your microphone is amazing.
My what? My microphone?
Yeah.
Why, thank you. I love it. I got it very inexpensively, believe it or not, because I happened to go to Guitar Center to buy one that I saw, it was a sale. It was a lesser model. And the guy's like, for $20, I have this blue, Yeti, and I'm like, or not Yeti, I don't even know, snowball. What is this thing? No, this is not a snowball. The Yeti is the, yeah. So anyway, I was like, I will take it. Spark, it's a Spark. Sorry, I knew it was not a Yeti.
Oh.
But anyway, here's me. I will like research something until the cows come home, and then I will make a decision, and that's that. And then someone will say, well, why would you pick that one over the other one? And I'll say, I don't know. I had a good reason at the time, but I just knew that this would be a good one. So it's really not supposed to be, hey, here's my microphone. But as you can see, I'm like recording in my closet, and it's either the microphone or it's all these clothes. So I'm going to have to do something about that for tomorrow, or just be like, hey, everyone, check out my microphone. What inspired me to get it set up is I randomly got $10.29 for doing audiobooks like a year or 2 years ago that I hadn't even thought about forever. And I'm like, why am I not still putting some stuff out there to just be some passive income? So I thought I would get this set up for me to fiddle around with in all my spare time instead of sitting around eating bonbons, you know.
Yeah, you even like bonbons? I'm just wondering if anyone here even likes them, because
I don't know if I've ever even had a bonbon. I've had the fake bonbons, which are those ice cream things that are like candy coated ice cream shells with ice cream in them. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Wait a minute, our Ferrero Rocher, aren't those bonbons? Because if they are, yes, I like bonbons.
I thought they were
Ferrero Rocher
covered ice cream thingies.
The thing about a bonbon, it's almost always gone. Bonbons. But bonbons the kind of candy. I like truffles. Truffles are amazing.
I guess that's what a Ferrero Rocher is.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw this video.
According to Google,
so you know it's true.
It's a piece of candy, especially one covered with chocolate. So it's chocolate candy.
I'm very familiar with
Ferrero Rocher.
Snickers. Rhonda has Snickers on the mind because we were talking about our giveaway stuff, and she's like, Snickers. I'm like, Snickers. Jen Tong's like, Snickers. Tina's like, I like Take 5. So
I was just trying to find something different than Snickers. I actually like Snickers better than Take 5s. But I just thought, well, we can't just have Snickers. We got to have something else.
You know, they need to be our first endorsers. Send us a big case of them. I'll happily eat one every time we podcast. If anyone from Snickers
and we'll hold it up like this so everyone can see the.
I will tape a wrapper to my shirt, like a logo branding.
They could send me a diabetic Snickers. Snickers for diabetics.
Rhonda, I know you are in a library, but for some reason, I feel like there's a big box of grape nuts, like right above your head when I'm looking at you in the tiny box. Yeah, not the Nancy Drew side, the other side. Some big white book.
Oh, it's How the Federal Reserve Runs the Country.
Oh, my.
It's light reading. Would you like to read it? I'll send it to you.
You know what? You need to come to the podcast tomorrow. Your costume needs to be a tinfoil hat.
I have one.
I actually probably would enjoy reading that.
You know, not all conspiracy theories are crazy. Sometimes they're conspiracy theory because there really is a conspiracy.
Right. A little less theory.
Well,
go back 10 minutes in the conversation. A truffle is filled with a chocolate creamy ganache when a bonbon would have something else along with the ganache, like caramel, nut, paste, and so on. You're welcome. All right, I missed the whole conversation while I did that research.
You didn't miss a thing.
Oh, you missed how Rhonda showed us her box of grape nuts that she keeps in the library, and that's about it. Do you guys eat grape nuts? Have you ever eaten grape nuts?
I used to love them. I used to eat them dry.
What did you say?
You have to put twice the amount of milk you think you need because it soaks it up really fast.
Well, and then see, I used to put a lot of sugar on them when I ate them, and then I would put them in my mouth and suck all the sugary milk out. And then I would just have this mouth of like mealy, sugary grape nuts. It was wonderful. They're like the most wrongly named food in the world.
I put raisins and bananas in mine.
I put mine in the garbage can. Done.
That's funny.
It's like what is his name? The really, really pale guy comedian. So he said he read the directions for Hot Pockets. Open package, placed directly in toilet.
That would clog it up.
Well, that was his point.
Oh man.
He's cutting out the middleman.
So on that happy note, so it works, right? So people can chat to us. All right. What is going on? Like, so I have, Jamie Hirschberger, say something. Well, fine. So bossy. Wait, I can't say.
Barb is here now. We weren't even watching it. Barb says
Barbara, you missed all of the potty conversation. Aren't you sad?
No, I think she was here for it.
Oh, so why can't I not chat?
What did she say yes to? Is what I want to know.
I don't know.
Why can't I chat? Oh, not top chat. I need like all chatters, live chat. Here we go.
And
live chat.
Riley says that Bonbon is also a My Little Pony.
Technically, she said it's a My Little Penny Pony.
Well, we'll have to take your word for it, Riley.
My kids are so funny. They already talk about how when we're grown-ups, our kids will not even know what My Little Pony is, and then they'll think it's really lame when we try to show it to them. I'm like,
that's hilarious.
Yes, that is true.
There was My Little Pony when I was a kid.
It's not the same.
I know.
But
I had like a broomstick with a pony head on it. That's what I had.
Oh, Tina.
At least you had a pony head on it.
It sits right next to all the wind-up toys, the little metal. That's the technology from Tina's childhood, is what she's saying.
Do you know that they ruined Holly Hobby? Like, Holly Hobby used to be, well, I don't even know. Like, was it a cartoon? Was it? But anyway, they made a cartoon of it, and it's all modern. Like, she doesn't wear the prairie gown. Like, I just couldn't even watch it. It's like,
yep. What's the point?
Do you see her face? Because you're not supposed to see her face.
Oh, yeah, she's like all trendy and cutesy. She reminds me of kind of like a Rainbow Bright Strawberry Shortcake hybrid, the new one. But again, I didn't watch the whole thing. I was just like sad. Like, that's not Holly Hobby.
I know. If they're going to totally reinvent them, why don't they just create it their own character? Because anybody, if they're trying to get the audience from 25 years ago or 30 years ago, they're going to lose them because it's not the same thing.
Do you guys remember the Raggedy Ann and Andy movie?
Yep.
I do, yeah.
Do you remember it, Tina?
Yep.
Do you remember the camel with the wrinkled knees?
Yes.
Recently,
vaguely.
I had to go look up that song because I remembered that he had a song that I really liked and I was singing it like the whole day. I don't know why I'm talking about this. Someone else talk about something.
Barb says, I love bin bonds. I think she meant bonbons.
Maybe she likes pennies also.
Penny Pony.
Penny Pony and bin bonds.
Anybody that tunes into this to see what tomorrow night's going to be, we promise not to harass you and call you names and see what you're writing in here. We only do that to the people we love the most.
That's our family motto.
Yeah, when someone's going to be like, I'm not going to go there tomorrow night.
Our family motto is if we don't pick on you, we don't like you. That's our family motto.
So Riley and Barb, we must love you.
Is that also your motto when you're picking tomatoes?
I don't pick tomatoes because I have a black thumb.
Ooh.
And I kill everything. So they wouldn't let me put a picture in the chat, so I put a link to a picture of my pony, My Little Pony.
In the chat?
Yeah.
You had a picture handy?
And apparently she's selling it on eBay.
It wasn't a good memory.
Oh, Riley said hi, Bean. That's me. My kids call me weird stuff. Okay, so tomorrow, hey, anyone who's watching, we came up with a really awesome prize we're going to give away tomorrow. Should we tell anybody about it? Should we not?
Yes.
So
we're going to give away. Wait, should we give a preview? Do you think, are we actually going to keep this video for people to see? Because we're just kind of like talking about random stuff, but we can show a preview of what they can win, at least of one part. Shall I show?
Is this an
Rhonda, do you have yours?
Video?
Do I have my what?
You're a little bit slow.
Wait, we can't laugh. You got to keep making noise, Rhonda.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Check that sucker out. Woohoo! You know you want it. You really want it. You want a mug. That feels awesome. Thanks to Rhonda getting these taken care of for us. That's pretty awesome. Fish Indie Writers podcast mugs.
I have to admit, our follower, Barb B, who loves bin bonds, was very instrumental in getting those.
Way to go, Barbie.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Bin Bon Barb. That's pretty awesome. I always have a special back that you will not get when you win yours. It's just to make us giggle when we drink online, when we're out live and we're drinking coffee, and then.
How about if people become Patreons and join us the next time we do a postcast? We can reveal it. So, like in December, right? When we return to the postcasts.
Smart.
It's something that people can see if they.
I thought we were still doing postcasts.
Ooh,
but I thought we were. Yeah, because we talked about that we had to present something that we had written that week from Nano.
That's right. So if you join the podcast, not only do you get to see the back of the mug, you also get to know what we wrote during our Nano writing time.
Which means that this week's podcast, we have to share what we write in the very first sprint. That's all we will have for the Nano. I just now realized that.
On Tuesday?
So whatever we do in the sprint with the podcast comes out on Thursday, so we're recording on Thursdays.
Oh, I'm so confused. So we're doing the live stream tomorrow, and then we're recording live on Thursday. I'm really glad we did this because I would have been, sleeping or driving down the road. Everything. Jamie, where are you?
Well, we can figure that out later. I just assumed, and we didn't really talk about it, I assumed that as soon as we were done with the sprint, we would end that podcast and we would do a private one right then that would be sharing, and that would be our first postcast. But we can do it later in the day if you guys would rather. But I figure we'll already be up and goofy. We might as well.
Awesome. Okay,
really dig a grave.
I think it's also interesting to note and important for our viewers to know. So we have been releasing a podcast every Thursday. I'm just trying to catch myself up because I don't think I was paying enough attention. So since we've been releasing a pre-recorded podcast every Thursday, we are not going to pre-record our podcasts during November. We are going to do live streams, correct?
Correct.
And they will all be on Thursday.
Correct.
But you were thinking we would record our postcast for Thursday this week on Wednesday?
Technically,
Jamie.
I'm just
going to reach up and catch that as it goes by.
Catch what?
It went over her head.
Do you get it now? It'll be Thursday. It'll just be like 12:30 when we record the podcast.
I really did not realize that I was this unintelligent. I totally get it.
Okay. Is Jamie the only one that wasn't on board with this? Or am I the one that was like,
no, I just like you got. Do you remember what my brain was like during all that move and everything? I just like, and also what's really messing with me, and this is really weird, is like, okay, for some reason in my head, Halloween is on Tuesday, but it is obviously not. But like
today's Tuesday.
So when Halloween happens to me, it will be Tuesday. And so in my brain, I'm like thinking, why would we do it on Tuesday? Never mind. Okay, never mind. All right.
And the great thing about us doing the postcast live like this is that I don't have to produce it. I don't really produce the postcast anyway, but I do have to like what they call handbrake it. And then I have to encode it. And then I have to upload to YouTube, to a secret YouTube, whatever, and then link it. It'll already be on YouTube. All I have to do is link it. Somebody has to the Patreon. So like, this is going to be an easy month for me.
Is link it one of those steps on those Bop It sticks that they have? Twist it.
Yeah.
Bop it.
Pick it.
Link it.
My kids used to play with that. Oh.
Anyway, Jen's talking all of her like radio experience lingo to us, and we're like,
no, nothing to do with radio.
I've got to handbrake it, and then I've got to like
handbrake. It's encoding it. Handbrake is the software I use.
Oh, I thought handbrake
little free
was
plug
like
for handbrake there.
No. I thought the handbrake was the thing in the middle between the two front seats that you pull up in an emergency.
This episode brought to you by Snickers and Handbrake. Welcome to the Christian Dividers podcast. Oh, my word.
Are you sure you don't have a background in radio?
No. I did a Honey Baked Ham commercial, but it only aired locally.
She did used to teach the improv class at our co-op.
Our viewer,
Barbie says, get 4 women together and you get 5 different thoughts. Which one of us has 2 thoughts? Which one of us has a split personality? I'm going with...
I think it's Tina who thinks we're crazy most of the time, but just agrees with us because she likes
that way
and feels sorry for us. Yes, easier.
Just smile and nod. Mm-hmm. You guys are crazy.
So, okay, what else? Now we know that this works.
Yep, this is awesome.
Is there something that we have to do tomorrow? Oh, so get this. So Jen wrote this wonderful email. It says, oh, hey, everyone, guess what? 2 days until the live thing happens. And then she's like, and I've got 2 others, but they have to be sent out right before we go live. And I'm like, okay, so I look. And the one is like, oh, my goodness, we're only 1 hour away. And then the next one is like, we're live. And I'm like, wow, she really went short and catchy and like, punchy with those other 2. And so I'm like, okay, Tina, here's the stuff that we're putting. And then Jen's like, those weren't finished, by the way. I was like,
well, I even said, because you messaged me, like, where do I find the link? I said, well, the link will be only in the first one, because the other 2, when I have to wait till we start it. So I even said, if you go back and look, I said, so we cannot schedule these 2. I even said that.
You must have said that just to Jamie, because I'm the one
just
that
to Jamie.
Them.
Yep, just Jamie. But Jamie's the one that gave it to you to schedule.
I just scheduled them all. They were ready.
And they were
ready. One of them literally says, we go live in 15 minutes. That's it. That's all it said.
What else do you need to say?
I should have left it. And put one of your guys' names at the bottom. So all of our followers have been like, well, they're lame. No, I'm the lame one.
Schedule it. You can go in and edit the content.
She unscheduled them because she had to wait until we have whatever.
I'm doing my work.
Oh, so much work copy and pasting. We go live in 15 minutes.
Actually,
so sorry to text you.
It put each word on its own line, and I had to like do all this.
Oh.
So the message would not only have just said we go live, it was said we go 15 minutes.
Emphasis.
I don't care.
I believed them because I was afraid that like I didn't know exactly what time you scheduled them. Like I didn't have time to look, and I'm like, I'm afraid that if I don't get in there in time, it's going to send this one out. So I just deleted them.
The one for October 31st at 11 o'clock p.m. And the second one for October 31st at 11:45 p.m.
Well, then it's good that I deleted them because those are the wrong times. You have to schedule it at 10 o'clock to say that it's in an hour because the party starts at 11.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well, I was like thinking, how is it wrong? Because we sprint at midnight. I'm like,
it was military time.
Oh, what? It's still wrong.
I got confused. Like 22,
2200. Just keep spinning. One of these will fit. You'll fool us with one of them, Gina.
I'm just giving you guys a bunch of crap. I'm all out of tea and I'm really upset.
I know, I'm all out of pop, and the pop's all the way over there to the fridge. I'm like, do I walk away from what we're doing and just leave a blank screen for a while? If I'm quiet for a little bit, I'll just be a little square at the bottom. Maybe nobody will notice.
What you need to do is say, hey, you guys, I really want to show you up close and personal my isolation booth.
Yes.
The lower left hand. Take a good look and then tell me what you think.
It would give someone else a chance to talk.
Oh!
Shots fired!
Anyway, I accidentally put water. Filled my cup up with ice earlier, and I was gonna put iced tea in it, and I accidentally put water in it. And I was like,
"Oh, what a disappointment!"
Man. So I had these tea bags with peach flavored tea, and I like stuck a tea bag in there and stirred it up, and these last few swallows were really peachy.
Oh,
but
did
now
it
they're
work
gone.
overall?
Huh?
Did it work overall?
Yeah.
Until the end. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it was good.
Well,
she
Jen got mad. And
she went to get more pop.
She's sulking at the refrigerator. What is her? I can hear her laughing. What does it say? That made her board pop up actually when she laughed.
Yeah, she needs to laugh again so we can read it.
Jen, make a noise. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Oh, there it is. Wait, stop. Oh.
I think as much as they want, but then you guys make noise and I'm gone.
Chapter 12, chapter 13.
Well, I guess only she needs to be able to read it, so it's fine.
All my secrets.
Oh, that's okay.
Spoiler alert.
What? Too blurry. The parts where you've written by hand were too blurry. We couldn't read them.
Oh yeah, it's the computer's problem, not my handwriting.
Well, it's been real, folks.
Yeah, I gotta work a little bit tonight.
I am like,
I have nothing better to do than this.
I feel like
I didn't have anything better to do. I just said I have to work.
You do have something that's profitable to do.
I have to tell you though, I watch YouTube videos for a living, and there are videos out there way more boring than this one.
Oh my God. So Jennifer does hand braking and equalizing and all this stuff. So she's heard all of the podcast episodes. I have not, okay? And so I'm beginning to regret that because I went and listened today. What did we decide it was? Episode 13?
Yeah, episode 13.
And I was like, this is really good. Now, I don't know what we look like, but it sounds really good, you know, through my computer speakers and stuff like that. It's really very entertaining and good. So I'm really proud of what we're doing. And I really hope that we can reach some people because I think it's entertaining and informative, which is not often found, you know. I think we're a little basic for a lot of people. And I think that we're probably not as far along in our journey as people would want for an informational situation. But hey,
isn't that the point?
Grow, right?
I mean, that was our point, though, like, because we are a few years into this now. And when we first started out, there was nothing like this. Right. We could find other podcasts on writing, but not from a Christian perspective. And
nothing that wouldn't blast through our house big F-bombs while we're cleaning or something.
Exactly. And so we're a little bit farther along. So yes, if you've been writing for 10 years, you could care less about what we have to say. You might find us ridiculously funny because, you know, who doesn't? But this podcast might not be for you, but how many of us have come across and met people out there that want to start writing or they have started writing and maybe even written something, but don't know what to do with it or how to move forward. Those are our peeps. That's who we're here for, is the people that need the helping hand to pull up to where we are. And then as we progress in our career, as our journey moves forward, then it will just progressively move in that direction as well. So yes, you could look at it like, oh, they're not far enough along to be doing a podcast. Or you can look at it like, this is so great that they have this for people that are just starting out.
Yeah, and I like to feel like, what are you going to say, Rhonda? Because I talk enough.
I was just going to say that when we are all published, we've all got 2 or 3 series under our belts, people can look back and see where we started and not be discouraged.
Mm-hmm. And when we're famous, everybody's going to want to see us before we were famous.
Right.
Oh,
because
yeah.
When I'm at the movie premiere for my first novel that's going to be made into a movie, people are going to say, I love going back and watching those old videos of you and your friends. And I'm going to say, oh, of course, here's your autograph.
And then they would say, remember before your nose job? How you and they're gonna come back to this video.
Are you saying she needs a nose job?
I'm talking about me.
Oh, you.
Oh,
remember before
she was talking about me too.
Remember how you used to have those apple cheeks, and then you got like 20 years old. Anyway, just kidding.
What were you trying to say, Rhonda?
I was just asking. I was trying to clarify. Is that the one that Chris Hemsworth is going to be, Warren?
Well, I believe Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth are probably going to fight for the role. But it's definitely going to be a Hollywood Chris. Chris Pratt.
Are you going to televise that fight?
No. Chris Pratt could definitely play Warren, though. Don't you see that?
Yep. When he's done playing, what's his face with Corny?
Theo.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Jamie already owns Chris Pratt. Sorry.
Yeah.
But you know,
McCarthy could play the lead in your new book that you're writing for Nano.
Who could?
Jenny McCarthy.
Oh, yeah.
Whose new book?
Especially if you have anyone singing karaoke in the car.
Wait, whose new book could Jenny McCarthy star for?
Aunt Jamie's that she's writing for Nano.
Sorry. Okay. I thought you meant me, and I'm like, she's a little old.
No, she's not really a romance kind of actress.
No. But I totally see Chris Evans playing John. Do the broody, like, kind of Captain America look. I could totally see that.
Am I supposed to know who that is?
No, Tina. No, you're not.
Okay.
No, it's an Avengers actor. And I had someone in mind for playing Will, but I don't think that any of you guys will know him. So, but he's played on some Hallmark Channel movies. So,
I definitely don't know him then.
No.
Barbie probably knows him though.
Oh, wait, let's see. Oh, Johnny Hag is on here. Let's see what he has to say. Oh, Riley's leaving. Bye. And then Johnny Hag says, Rhonda, you look real smart with all those books behind you. Oh, you already responded. Everybody knows that, he says. You responded. All right, I missed that. You already caught that. Never mind then.
What happened? My computer.
Johnny Hag was talking. Oh, Riley, she says I stayed. Riley was going to leave, but we're too much of a draw for her.
She couldn't pull herself away from us.
Who can blame her? We love Riley. Jaybird. She is pretty great.
Oh,
I know who the British actors are.
Oh, you mean for the Avengers?
No, for British television.
Like Doctor.
Because that's what I watch.
Do you guys ever think about actors who would play your role? I mean, like, not that my books are being made into movies, but like as I'm writing it, I sometimes imagine like people in that role because it helps me to like kind of characterize them and how I describe them. Do you guys do that?
I'm going to write a character in this next book that Doc Martin can star in.
Doc Martin.
Yeah, he's a British actor.
Oh, I knew the boots. I thought they were going to be starring Jamie's new boots.
Oh, Barbie says that the characters for her book are going to be Mickey Rooney and Rhea Perlman.
I think Mickey Rooney's dead.
Wait, is Mickey Rooney, the guy in the red sweater, because I totally see that. Yeah. And is Rhea Perlman the grandma?
No, she's going to be she's going to own the diner across the street.
Oh. Let's see. Barbie says your actors are better than mine. When she says better, does she mean cuter? Because Mickey Rooney is pretty cute. Yeah. That's adorable. Is he still alive? I think you just said that.
That's a good question.
I have to do some research. Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
I'm way ahead of you.
Can you put your please?
I would like to say, much like a millennial would say that they reject popular music because, of course, they are above all of that with their millennialness. I would like to say that I do not care who would be in my movie because the perfect art form for my stories is the written word. Of course, that's a bunch of baloney. But I do not know enough about modern actors, especially young ones, to be able to picture anybody. And I barely describe my characters when I'm writing them, I realize. But some of them are pretty particular anyway. But what I would like is I would like to be like one of those authors that cameos at some point in all of their films as some character, even if it's unidentifiable as me, even if I'm just like woman with the umbrella at the bus stop or whatever. You know what I mean? I would like that more than I would care about who's playing the leads or whatever.
Right. I don't know that I would want that. I think that I would rather be behind the scenes myself. I know you guys tease me about wanting to be on camera all the time, but I do not want to act. It's just not my thing.
It's totally my thing.
Okay, Mickey Rooney died on April 6, 2014.
That's Aww.
Well, Riley wants Noah Schnapp to be her main guy in her movie for sure. I don't know Noah Schnapp. I know Pete Schnapp, but
you do know
I've never heard of this
because you know Stranger Things.
Oh,
which one is he?
Right. Type in the little box because I can't see you right now. She's yelling at me in the house. I think he's Will. I can't be sure.
Oh, okay.
Did she not type it?
No.
Did we lose her? Oh, Will. Yep, she said Will.
Okay.
All right, go me. I pay a little bit of attention when she talks to me.
So, Riley, how is your story coming along? Have you plotted it all? Or are you pantsing it? How much do you know about the story that you're doing? LOL, she says. She's a little behind.
I know. Two table, and one she has sort of started to plot by herself, and the other is something that she would collab with her sister. So I'm not sure which one she's going to do for Nano.
My daughters all three want to write a story, so I did buy them each their own isolation booth, but they haven't started working on it yet. Chloe, I've been teaching Chloe about story structure using Harry Potter because she's read the first 4 books and she has watched a couple of the movies. So I'm going to help her to try to do her story based on for her to kind of match up events and how they happen. Because I figure, especially for her age, you got to start somewhere, right? So even if she completely mimics a movie, it's going in the right direction. So I'm kind of excited for her.
Yeah.
Hey, Riley, what if Sophia has already started plotting her own novel and left you in the dust?
Yeah, because Riley says barely any plotting because Sophia is supposed to help me. Sophia is her sister, not my dog. Not to be confused. So my Sophia is not helping with plotting.
Well, my advice would be to, okay, I know this is a really sort of advanced technique, but a conversation with the co-writer could be maybe the way to go here, using words to say, hey, let's get together and plan this novel.
As opposed to just expecting it to happen. That's some good advice.
I know it's really a stretch and really.
Maybe the two co-authors could get onto, Hangouts and have a discussion.
It is very deep.
Or just open their bedroom doors and holler across the hall at each other.
Well, the truth of the matter.
Oops, we lost you.
The middle child, and so, treat me special to get cooperation. So I get it.
Riley says she probably is, and then did this emoji.
Why are people turning into their icons on my phone? Do we know? It's really weird.
In real life? Or are you plotting a novel right now?
That would be horrible.
That totally sounds like a Jamie novel.
There is this one picture Riley made when she was really little. It's so cute. She drew me with a pink highlighter, and it's like a big round circle. Like, you remember Mr. Happy and all those? It's what it totally reminds me of. And then they have like stick arms and legs and like mitten hands. It's so cute. And I'm like thinking, oh my goodness, what if I turned into that? And then was like this pink stick figure bubblegum thing.
I want to write a story about somebody's face freezing that way, like my mom always said it was going to do.
Riley says, because your phone can't handle all the face cams up at once.
Oh,
I see.
I'm really concerned because my computer is currently plugged in, but it is not recognizing that it's plugged in. So I'm hoping it's just a bad, the extension cord thing with a lot of ports, power strip.
You may have to go buy a new laptop tomorrow.
You play, taboo with yourself sometimes by saying a bunch of connected words until your brain finally gives you the right one. I want to read this story, but I need to find this wire round glasses. I can't find my headphones. You almost wish there was like a studio audience to applaud you when you finally land at the right word.
Oh man, there was something I was going to say.
I'm sure there was.
Do you guys know how in the old black and white movies, all the glamorous actresses, when they did a close-up, they would have that fuzz? It'd be like you know what I'm talking about? I just need to have that on her computer because I want it. That would be much closer if I had it.
It's her beatific glow.
Oh.
What are you talking about? I was distracted by a text.
Oh, you missed it.
We were talking about how you have some halo of light around you.
Yeah.
That's because of my happy light is right here.
Oh.
Yeah. See?
Wow.
10,000 whatever the measurement of light is. That's how many of them.
So I guess it blinds you, and then you're happy that you can't see the fallen state of the world around you.
I feel an undertone in this conversation.
Stare into the light for 15 minutes a day. You'll be happier than you ever have been. I'm just kidding. 800 miles away because of the gray sky. I could have just probably bought a light.
Yeah.
Yep. So
or
come on
we
back.
Just got on YouTube and did live streams 15 minutes a day.
Is Jen like frozen or?
No. No, I'm really honestly concentrating, trying to remember what it was I was going to say. It was pretty important, and now I can't think of it.
Okay, Barbie, let's get the senior pictures out of it.
What?
I'm asking Barbie to keep the senior pictures out of it.
Oh, it's called the filters, like your senior pic. Remember those? Did you have big hair, Rhonda, in your senior pic?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, me too.
I miss big hair.
And those glasses that were as big as my face. That were cool in the 80s.
Yeah.
I had the leggings with the elastic around the bottom of your foot.
Yeah. Stirrup pants.
Stirrup pants. Yep. That's what I wore in my senior pictures because I was cool. I still can't remember what I was supposed to say.
I know you were sitting there with a frozen expression on your face for a long time trying to remember what it was. Okay, what were we talking about when you thought of it?
Oh my gosh, that was like 10 conversations ago now.
Like Mickey Rooney?
It was after Mickey Rooney, before senior pictures. Let's revisit the whole thing. Go.
No clue.
The Glamour
Shots.
It was before that. I know.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
You looking like Mr. Happy?
Oh yeah, Riley drew a picture of me, and I was going to be turned into the icon. And then Tina said she wanted to make a book about people whose faces. Should we just rewind the live?
No, I remember now what it was, and it really wasn't important.
Rewind it.
Carry on.
I was just gonna say that.
It's past Jennifer's bedtime.
I was just gonna say that I had created a self-imposed emoji fast on social media. Like I did it with you guys today in our chat, but like on Twitter, I'm trying to communicate without using emojis and trying to just use words because I'm a writer. So
too much effort.
It is a lot of work. Like you have no idea, like until you do it. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wow, because I follow a few people and I realize they don't use any emojis. And I really like their tweets because they're intelligent and I just feel like they're well crafted and like I want that instead of all mine like ha 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 all over the place.
Do you remember when you were learning to read and like they would substitute every third or fourth word with like a picture? Like, and then they would put the word underneath. But so you would follow along with your little finger and it would say, Bob has a, and then it would make a picture of a dog and it would say puppy underneath or whatever.
What kind of paperweight school did you go to? We had to learn words.
You guys didn't have those helping books?
We didn't.
You know what we should do is one of our writing prompts, we should be like.
Tell a story with emojis.
You're allowed to use the word the, is. We could come up with lists of words that you are allowed to use, and the rest of it has to be emojis.
Barb B just randomly typed Snickers in the chat.
Wow. Why?
So, yeah, maybe that could be the kind of game we could play. The first person to type a tasty food into the chat box
wins it.
Wins. Ooh, or it could be starting this broadcast right here. If you know the answer to who would be the star in, Jen's romance, you can have the coffee mug or something like that, right?
I follow another Christian author that I enjoy her work. And when she had a book release, it was the last in the series. And so when she had her book release party online, one of the things was every hour she released a name of an actor that she had in mind for each of the characters that she was writing them. Like she had mentioned before that she had all these characters, like there was someone she had in mind for each one of them. And it was cool because like some of them I was like, yeah. And other ones I was like, no.
Every hour?
What?
How long was this podcast?
How big was this book?
No, it was her live event for the release of her last book. So it was like an hour long and every 5 minutes she would like, and it was all probably scheduled. So every 5 she would have some sort of like conversation starter where people could talk and she had giveaways. And then every like so many of those, it would be like when I was writing this character, I thought of this actor, and then she put the picture up that she had for like inspiration when she was writing the book. And it was just like, oh, that's pretty cool. So well, Jamie will have to have like a raccoon actor right here, and
so many to choose from.
Yeah.
What do I win? I was the first person to put yummy food in the chat.
Oh, as an emoji, a donut. Now Barb says sight reading versus phonics.
Because you were talking about how you learned to read versus how we learned to read.
Yeah, I learned sight reading. Yep.
I did learn phonics. These books were just books that were around. Like, it wasn't my text. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The Anchorage School District was like number 5 in the country for, like, in the ratings on how good the school district was.
Okay, I can tell you something that's bizarre. I found out, okay, now maybe this was just somebody being silly, but supposedly the Villages in Florida is the most dangerous place to go trick-or-treating in the country.
Why?
Have they been to Detroit?
If you think about it, here's why.
Kids being suffocated by old people.
Yes, the criteria that they use is so many gingerbread houses and witches that are in this community. No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, what?
Okay, no. The criteria that they use is the number of registered offenders per like square mile or whatever. And there's like no schools or children around here. So if you have to find somewhere to live where you're not within however many yards of like a school or, you know, whatever, then this would be a place that would be okay for you to live because children don't live here. Do you know what I mean?
I thought you had to be old to live there.
Yeah, but so like registered offenders are old. They get old.
I guess.
So I'm saying like there's not any kids around. So it's like a safe place. Like they can move there and not have to be like in violation of anything. Also, there are no sidewalks. There are, however, golf cart paths, and you are taking your life in your hands.
I was going to say, you don't want to walk in those.
But I think that those are the two major reasons. It's really funny to think about until you realize what criteria they were using to measure, which is funny because if you use a different criteria to measure something, you would get a totally different result.
Right. Like if it was going to be drug dealers per capita, it would probably be Detroit or Flint or something more like that, you know, right?
So that's interesting because you wonder what criteria you would have to use to come up with like a desired result that you would want to get, right? So
I believe I had something like that in a psychology class in college when we were talking about surveys and studies and stuff. Like we had to learn what makes a study biased, and so when we came up with our own study, we had to make sure it wasn't biased.
I went in college, whether you wanted to be a journalist or a film major or whatever, if you went to school at Boston University and you were in the College of Communication, then you're required to take certain classes in all the fields of communication because they want to make sure you were making the right decision. And so I had to take a public relations class. Wow, that was an eye opener, that class was. But they talked about the same thing, is that you can make anything look legit. You can make surveys however you want them without lying. But to me, it still was like pretty dishonest. But it depends on who you're going to poll, and it depends on how you're going to present the data. And yeah, so we can make ourselves the top podcast out there.
We could. We're the top Christian Indie Writers podcast.
And the only one that has Jennifer Tong, Tina Katane, Jamie Hirschberger, and Rhonda Hagerman. We are number one.
Yes, and for women named Barb that live in the thumb of Michigan, we are the number one. We're not the one.
And the index
We're not
finger.
even her number one.
No, she's on the index finger.
Oh, true. That's true. She's not the thumb. You're right.
Yeah.
On Lake Huron.
Yes, on Lake Huron. Yep.
All right. Well, my husband tried to call me, so I should go and call him back. But you guys can keep having fun if you want.
Okay. I have an appointment. Yep, I have an appointment at 9 with Barbie.
Oh,
right, Barbie.
See you later, Barbie.
All right, ladies.
Tomorrow night, 11 o'clock, guys. Make sure you have your nap.
Yeah, Jen.
Talking to me?
I will if people will quit talking on Messenger and like making my phone ding every 2 minutes.
But that was a lot of fun.
Another nap, and the same thing happened again. It's just like, okay, I came up.
But that conversation produced a really awesome giveaway for tomorrow night. So not only are we giving away a bunch of these, we have a grand prize.
It's very grand.
We're very grand.
Involves Snickers.
Here's a hint. All right, guys.
Bye.
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 Bye.